This episode of MetroCat is called Chess. Ever felt intrigued about learning to play chess? Visualize the board, the pieces, the game plan, the exhilaration of checkmate. In this adventure, we'll delve into the universe of this age-old game, simplifying it into straightforward, comprehensible steps. Imagine a square board divided into 64 smaller squares, arranged in an 8x8 grid. Half of these squares appear light, the other half dark. This is your battlefield, where the minds of two players clash. Each player begins with 16 pieces: one king, one queen, two rooks, two knights, two bishops, and 8 pawns. Each piece moves in a unique way, creating a symphony of possibilities on the board. The king, the most important piece, moves one square in any direction. The queen, the most powerful piece, can move any number of squares along a rank, file, or diagonal. The rook moves any number of squares along a rank or file. The bishop can move any number of squares diagonally. The knight moves to any square not on the same rank, file, or diagonal. Its movement is thus composed of 2 different steps. First, it makes a move like the rook and then like the bishop. The pawn, the least powerful piece, moves forward exactly 1 square but captures diagonally. The objective of the game: to checkmate your opponent's king. This means the king is in a position to be captured, in check, and there's no way to move the king out of capture, mate. In the beginning, arrange your pieces for battle. The rooks occupy the corners, knights next to them, then the bishops, and finally the queen, who always starts on her own color, and the king on the remaining square. The pawns form the front line. A game of chess then unfolds in 3 stages: the opening, the middle game, and the end game. In the opening, players move their pieces to useful positions for the coming battle. The middle game is when most pieces are captured and plans are put into place. In the end game, with fewer pieces on the board, it's a race to corner the enemy king. When your opponent's king is threatened, it's called check. If there's no legal move to get the king out of check, it's called checkmate, and the game ends. If a player is not in check but cannot make a legal move, it's called stalemate, and the game is a draw. Remember, each piece has its own strengths, and understanding how to use them together is the key to victory. The queen might be the most powerful, but a well-coordinated army of pieces can easily take her down. Each game of chess is a new puzzle waiting to be solved. So what have we learned today? Chess is a game of strategy, of outsmarting your opponent, and of using your pieces in the most effective way possible. The goal is to checkmate your opponent's king, and each piece moves in a unique way to help achieve this. From the opening to the endgame, every move counts. Now, armed with this knowledge, you're ready to dive into the world of chess. Remember, as with any game, the best way to improve is to play. So go ahead, find a friend, set up a board, and start your first game. Who knows? You might just become the next grandmaster.